Toby the Tram engine may not be as fast as Ford, or strong as Henry, but he is very wise just like Edward. There were times that Toby gets teased by the big engines and the diesel engines, but whenever they run into trouble, Toby is always happy to help. One morning, Sultan Hat arrived at the Arlesdale's end. He had an important job for Toby. Toby, says Sultan Hat, Timothy has broken down. I need you to help Bill and Ben at the clay pits. And don't worry, Flora will take good care of Henrietta when you get back. Yes, sir, said Toby. Toby rang his bell and set off to the clay pits. Along the way, he met up with Arthur. Hello, where are you off to? Asked Arthur. To the clay pits, said Toby. Hope that Bill and Ben won't give you a hard time there, said Arthur. Don't worry about me, Arthur. I have handled cheeky tank engines before, said Toby. Toby shuffled away. When Toby arrived at the clay pits, the manager was waiting for him. He greeted Toby, and Toby set off to work at once. Toby was coupled up to some trucks, but he was in for a difficult time. Come on, shoved Toby. Toby with all his might, but the trucks wouldn't move. Then he stopped. Toby thought he could hear giggling. Bill? Ben? Is that you? Asked Toby. Sure enough, it was Bill and Ben. They were coupled to the back of Toby's train, and they were holding him back. I thought it was a great joke, but the manager was not amused. This is no time for jokes, Bill and Ben, he scolded. Bill and Ben looked ashamed. Sorry, Toby, said Bill and Ben. The two were uncoupled from the trucks and steamed away. After that, Toby and the twins were very hard at work. Toby was enjoying himself. They noticed that Bill and Ben were starting to act up again. Bill was bumping the trucks hard. Ow! Ow! No need for that, screamed the trucks. Toby wasn't impressed. If you keep bumping the trucks like that, they'll pay you out. You two should know that by now, scolded Toby. Bill just snorted. Here's the best way to handle trucks, added Toby. Toby gently coupled up to the trucks and steamed away. Frostpot, muttered Bill. Later on, Toby was shunting some trucks when he noticed that Ben was pushing some empty trucks under the chute. Time for some fun, thought Ben. Clay was all over the trucks. The workman was very cross. So was Toby. This isn't the time for fun and games, Ben. You've got work to do, scolded Toby. You're right, Toby, said the manager. Then the manager looked at Ben. You and Bill should listen to Toby more often. He knows best, after all. And with that, the manager walked away, and Toby shuffled away. Fuddy-duddy, muttered Ben. Every time Toby advised Bill and Ben, they became crosser and crosser. That night, while Toby was talking to Marion, Bill and Ben had an indignation meeting. First Fergus, now Toby, fumed Bill. He's just an old know-it-all, said Bill. He sort of doesn't know the best, added Bill. Well, the next time he gives us advice, we'll ignore him, they laughed. The following morning, Toby was taking some trucks of clay to Brendam Docks. Bill and Ben were delighted. Now we'll get to have some fun again, said Bill. Hooray, said Ben. When they started to bump the trucks again, the trucks were so cross they were determined to pay Bill and Ben back. Meanwhile, Toby arrived at Brendam Docks right on time and headed back to the clay pits. Toby was crossing the old stone bridge when he heard a strange sound. Toby looked down and he noticed that the keystones had come loose. Cinders and ashes, The old stone bridge is unsafe. Toby told the signalman about the unsafe bridge. Suddenly he saw Bill and Ben coming. Toby rang his bell, called out to the twins. Stop! Stop! The old stone bridge isn't safe, cried Toby. But the twins took absolutely no notice. They steamed towards the old stone bridge. I must stop him or it's too late, cried Toby. Bill and Ben were feeling pleased with themselves. Till... Stop, Ben! The bridge just collapsed, cried Bill. Go on, screamed the truck. Bill was dangling dangerously over the edge of the collapsed bridge. Ben held on with all his might. Help me! The twins were scared. Then heard Toby's bell. Right then? When I say heave, pull as hard as you can, said Toby. 1, 2, 3, heave! But working together, Toby and Ben pulled Bill to safety. Toby and Ben were relieved. Toby, however, was cross. I tried to tell you that the stone bridge was unsafe, but you didn't listen to me, scolded Toby. The twins felt terrible. We're sorry, Toby. We were just fed up with your advice, said Bill. But after you rescued us, we know that you know best, added Ben. Toby grinned. Toby and the twins worked well with each other. When evening came, Timothy had returned to the steamworks. The manager and the twins thanked Toby, and Toby set off home. Toby met Thomas at the station and told him how he rescued Bill and Ben. Not only that you proved that you're a wise tram engine, but a brave one too, said Thomas. Before Toby could reply, James rushed in. He was covered in coal dust and was very cross. All this extra work, I've been pulling coal trains all morning. And I had to shunt some dirty trucks and dirty sidings, puffed James. Sounds to me like you're afraid of hard work, teased Thomas. Pah! Puffed James. You wouldn't be laughing if you were overworked. And James steamed crossly away. Thomas set off for Tillman's sheds, and Toby set off for Austell End. But they didn't know that Tom Hat was listening. He looked very thoughtful. But I mustn't tell you any more, or that will spoil the next story.